What's up, you myth maniacs?
And you legend lovers, welcome to Tales of Myths and Legends,
where we have the juiciest of myths
and the slimiest of legends.
Today, we are going to talk about the legend of the vampire. We have a little bit different of a setup where he submits the facts and I submit the story about the myth. So we're only doing one myth instead of two. We hope you guys enjoy this change. If you do or do not, let us know in the comments down below.
Now let's get into it. All right, so as we all know, vampires, things, sometimes pale, sometimes in a way beautiful, and can't cast reflections. And if you're familiar with Twilight, sparkle in the sun. But here are some interesting facts about it. Vampires can turn other vampires by being bitten, or people can turn into vampires having a cat jump over a human corpse, or babies born on Christmas, or between Christmas and Epiphany. Epiphany, however you say that. So within the 12 days of Christmas. So if you're born, or a cat jumps over you, over your corpse anyways,
you're screwed.
You're a vampire.
Dang, so, all those Christmas babies out there are just... They're gonna be crying themselves to sleep tonight.
And so a lot of them are told to be said they can't come into somebody's house unless invited in.
Oh, interesting.
I thought it was very interesting.
I've never heard that before.
Stay safe in your homes.
Yeah, don't invite anyone in. Stay a hermit.
I would be perfect. I'd be safe the rest of my life.
Your grandma wants to come over. No. She's always acted a little bit strange.
Vampire myths are especially popular in Eastern Europe, such as them having receding gums and appearance of growing more hair and fingernails. Reinforce the beliefs that corpses were in fact continuing some manner of life after death. Also, possibly contributing to this belief was the pronouncement of death for people who were not dead. Because of the consistency of medical diagnosis at the time, people were either very ill, sometimes very drunk, or in a coma in shock.
Yeah, not being dead would kind of,
make
you come back to life.
Yeah. Especially like in a coma, like he's been in a coma for a week and now he's just here.
True.
He wasn't doing anything. Belief in vampires led to such rituals as staking corpse through the heart before they were buried.
Well, if you weren't dead before, you're
definitely dead now. In some cultures, the dead were buried face down to prevent them finding the way out of their grave. Okay, now a short story of a guy named Umbrago. Human man named Umbragio. He was an Italian-born adventurer whose fate brought to Delphi in Greece. But in a nutshell, a series of blessings and curses transformed this young man into history's first vampire. Specifically, it began with the sun god Apollo, Greek mythology, who in a fit of rage cursed Umbragio so that his skin would burn should it ever touch sunlight again. Umbragio's bad luck followed when he ended up gambling away his soul to Hades, the god of the underworld. So, he made a deal with the devil. The next curse came from Via, Apollo's sister, the goddess of the moon and hunting, who made it so that Umbragio's skin would burn if it touched silver. The blessing came soon after when Artemis became pity on the poor young man, gave him the gift of immortality. he would carry his curse, but he would live forever in his current form. Not only that, but Artemis also gave him the speed and strength to become a hunter whose skills were second only to her own. Blood sucking, which by the way is called hematophagy. Fuck. Scratch that. A long word. So if you want to know what it means in medical term, go look it up if you're curious.
The word's right here. You pronounce
In our hands.
You pronounce it. Good luck.
So yeah, blood sucking is included in the blessing.
In a blessing?
In a blessing.
Blessing.
Yeah, in quotation marks. In a blessing of some sort.
I bless you with some blood sucking. Ooh, thank you.
What I've always wanted. In the original vampire story, Brachio hunts swans and uses their blood as ink to write love poems to his lady, Selena.
Nothing like getting a swan blood letter from your ex.
While this may be considered a little creepy by our standards,
No.
it wasn't all that unusual in ancient Greece to make to do with what you had hunted.
Well?
So I guess in ancient Greece, it's just normal. You do what you have.
Oh, what a hunter. He wrote me in blood.
He wrote me in swan blood. How romantic.
He could be deer blood.
Good thing it wasn't from the boars. But I thought it was also intriguing that he used swan blood instead of, or he hunted swans instead of humans. I mean, at least he had a...
Yeah. So he got cursed by the sun god, and then the other god, the hunter god, took pity on him and blessed him.
Well, he also made a gamble with his soul.
Oh, that's
too.
right. He gambled. Yeah, that's right.
He gambled Hades with his soul. And then the sun god's sister had pity on him.
Oh, okay.
And so gave him immortality and, for some reason, blood sucking. Oh, and speed and strength. Only second to her own. That's just facts about vampires. That is just the facts. Now we are going to get into a very interesting story.
Very interesting story.
At least I think so.
You think so?
Haven't heard it yet.
Well, I know so. Our tale of terror took place between the years 1875 to 76 at Croglan Low Hall, near the picturesque village of Croglan in Cumbria. The hall was being rented by Edward, Michael, and Amelia Cranswell, 3 Australian siblings who were visiting England. The siblings were all well liked by the locals and were enjoying their stay until a sinister chain of events began to unfold during the summer of 1875. One night, the Cranswell brothers were awoken by their sister's screams. They charged to her aid and found her in hysterics, her bedroom window wide open. Amelia told them that she had been attacked by a creature with bony fingers that had grabbed hold of her hair and bitten her neck. Alarmed, the Cranswell brothers called the local doctor, who assured the siblings that Amelia's wounds were not serious. He also told them that a child on the local farmland had suffered a similar attack recently, and that the creature was probably a monkey that had escaped from a traveling circus.
Wait. We don't know what this is, but I mean, it might be those crazy circus monkeys or something.
You never know with circus monkeys. I mean, come on. Following the attack, the Cranswells traveled to Australia, but returned to Croglan Low Hall the following year. Once again, the brothers were awoken by the sound of their sister's screams and raced to her bedroom. They burst into the room and this time caught a glimpse of the creature. As Michael attended to Amelia, Edward retrieved his pistol and took chase. He fired at the creature as it attempted to flee across the hall's ground, wounding its leg. Edward would later describe the creature as a tall and skeletonally thin man wearing a long cloak. Keeping his distance, Edward followed the creature to a local churchyard and watched as it disappeared into one of the tombs. Edward now knew the creature that had attacked his sister was something far more evil than a circus monkey. far more evil than simple circus monkey.
Jump scare of a circus monkey.
And another!
Proceed with your scary story.
I will. He rallied up a group of local men, and they went to the churchyard at dawn to search the tomb for what they now believed was a vampire. The men entered the tomb and reported finding a nightmarish creature with pale skin and a fresh wound on its leg. The men prepared a fire and drew the vampire into it. Amelia Cranswell never saw the creature again, but was so deeply disturbed by the attacks that she had her bedroom window at Croglin Low Hall bricked up, as it remains to this day. Bum, bum, bum!
That was a very interesting story.
was a
But
very
why
interesting
only
story.
the girl?
I don't know. Perhaps the girl just was simply unlucky. Think twice before petting that circus monkey. It could very well be a neck blood-sucking vampire. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this wonderful myth of the vampire. And if you did, smash that like. If you laughed anywhere near as hard as we did, smash that like button. If you have a myth or a legend that you would like us to cover, then please write it down in the comments below. We look forward to hearing from you and are looking forward to getting back on the right track of things.
Heck yeah.
So we hope you all enjoyed this content and will enjoy the content to come. We'll see you on the trail to the next myth.
We'll see you.